emphasizes the character, and character is not, I would say, not a personality. Personality is for me an ego plus sociability. So the ego is from the society making up. The real person is not the persona. It's more the ego. It begins in the second anaphysis, whatever. And this makes the difference to the personality. So many people would think about, okay, personality this must very important, and the other one is not important. No, the character makes it. And the difference is to recognize if this ego, this person or personality, have their own decision making, not from the another one, either society. This is what I say. The character says about how strong or not, how available this person in his life, in his connection to reality, to satisfying his libido or his energy, whatever, as an intellectual or a normal, not educated person makes about his life. That is what I would say about this hysterical one. This person in the store has my intention is, or my thinking, opinion is, he's slightly battled against the latent homosexuality. So it's not mean he's homosexual, because homosexuality is a choice. It's more than, because it's in his culture. He comes not from the, let's say, from the tolerant society or the culture in regard of sexual education. He comes from not also from the extreme restrictive cultures. He is in between, so a little bit ambivalent culture about in regard of the sexuality or educated. And in this case, I would say he is not with libido, in contact with libido, about the situation he from colleague that begin and ends to me, to help me. He's in between to choice so-called a partner, not to make his work. So this goes parallel, as the Freud explained it, that the libido is to differentiate it from the ego development. They goes parallel, and here's in the second or the one of these phases, development degrees that I have in the last videos described, if in these phases the own processing is distorted, disturbed from outside, from environment, or the environment is too restrict to the child or the infant, it would it coercive in the child to make a stop, to explore himself about in regard of sexuality, the own body, etc., and goes in the pathway of as an intellectual. He would never have, since this moment, he fixated this libido and hope to come back when he have a better time or environment. Mostly it's a chronicle way of development and stopping and fixated of OCD. I'm speaking about OCD, that we experience in the contact every day. With these people, you can't speak normally. They don't speak. They are afraid to be fault, to make something wrong, etc. And dictated a little bit the environment. So this is the reason why I would say I'm not amused why Freud makes he's very tolerant to the neuroses. Neuroses are unpleasant for me, and he developed neurotic philosophy while in America speak about happiness philosophy, or I would say more the exigence in Europe, what would be and isn't, is free speech philosophy, not happiness. I'm also happy if I can speak. This is a neurosis prevention, as Freud said. So, and he says neurosis is slightly. It's not. If you see this OCD is for me as well as schizophrenic, but the paraphrenic, special as he called, is a breakdown in ego, while this one makes his aim to dominate the situation. So the schizophrenic didn't know why he is behaving so in thinking and affect and drive, disordered, psychotic. While the OCD knows as well better than the schizophrenic. How can you, for me, it's not explainable to say this is slightly dangerous or bad for the society. You can say the same for the criminals, but you know what is kind of his character or whatever. I'm not judging about criminals. Everyone may come in this situation. I'm only saying that it's false to say the neurotic are slightly a problem. This is for me. They don't. They are not satisfied. You can't say something, communicate. He misunderstands something, etc., etc. Anxious, if he anxious. You work 40 years with him, but or her. This person would not explain in a normal way what is she had spent the time yesterday. I bought something in the store, I eat something beautiful. I go with friends and so on. They don't speak. So tell me, which kind of life is this? This is the way. And also with him, I spoke with a colleague, a very nice person, so a little bit from China, but here born. Perfect German language, and he was amazing. I think he has a sympathy for me because he helped very well. But it was impossible, like in contact issue, and he thought in this position. He asked this colleague, and this colleague becomes hysteric. So the reason is he is not homosexual, but in the coping way, as he goes around with his own body, I would say he's a little bit too much orientated in to show the social environment. I'm not homosexual, but in my case, he don't help. So your sexual preference is not my problem. I respect whatever, but would you help me? So this is what I decide to share with you, this story about yesterday. And so let's say we see us the next time. Maybe with I have the idea to speak to give an example about Will Smith and my 2019 experienced recognition, how I came from the, I don't remember whatever type, Tom Sizemore in the role of find enemy of something in his good role, from Gene Hackman and Will Smith and so on. And I had not, I can't remember, or I remember only the Pintero, Mr. Pintero, and I goes on a little bit to search what is the reason, and is possible to remember again. This was for this time. So Thank you for watching me. Have a nice day und bye bye.